talent is not real. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Rebecca and today I wanted to talk about talent. So before I get into it, I first want to talk a little bit about the drawing. I'm doing a redraw challenge of my own art. This is from 2016. You decided on Instagram to go with this Native American girl. Is that the right term? I don't know, it's 2019 and it sounds fun and I just wanted to take inspiration from it. I used micron pens in brown, which I normally don't do. I'm normally very scared with them, but I quite like it. And then I went over with watercolors and just made this like big illustration or bigger illustration with the mandala, which just all are things that are pretty old school for me. So that was fun going back and seeing how much I improved. Although I do have to say that the face isn't quite good in my opinion, like the eyes are just a little bit far apart, but I really didn't want to stress so much about it because it was just fun. So I definitely want to do more things like this, or maybe even do another redraw challenge. So that's pretty much it about the art piece. So I wanted to talk about talent because it is something that I hear quite often, but I kind of feel conflicted about it. Now, of course, when somebody tells me, hey, you're really talented, I like your artwork, then I take it as a compliment. Like without doubt, these people, they're amazed about my art, they really like it, I appreciate it, you go, I go, it's awesome, okay? There's absolutely no problem. It is a compliment. However, I think the word talent really doesn't show much about the effort or the work that an artist has put in. Of course, we can get to the underlying question, is there even talent and is it even needed? I don't really feel like I'm talented. And I'm just gonna say it like it is. And that does not mean that I'm not a good artist, because I know I am where I am today because I put in the effort and I can appreciate that and I love that I've done this effort. But I really don't like calling myself talented, not because it sounds entitled, because it just kind of is not what it is. It's so much more. And I asked you guys on Instagram what your opinions were on it, and you kind of had similar points and some new points that I didn't think about. So a lot of people said that it is because people are kind of using it as an excuse. So whether that's in a good or in a bad way. So people would say like, oh, you can only do art because you're talented and so it's easy for you. You know, it's like, okay, thank you for that. Like I put in effort, I put in all the hours and days and years, guys. Don't think anybody gets out of the womb and is just perfect. No. It's not about that. It's about talent, okay? But I mean, these people probably don't understand what it means to be an artist in general. They don't understand it. And I mean, I have this for a lot of things. You know, we see someone who is really good at something, that can be anything, and you're like, well, they're really good at it because, just because, but you don't really know what the effort and like the mindset behind it is. So I always try to keep that more in mind. But back to the people who say this in a negative way, they're probably just using it as a bad excuse, kind of just like, well, I wish I had it. And I mean, that's not a good mindset or like a good way. I would never just put people down because they're better than me, but you know what I mean. People can be jealous and whatever. Let me give you another example to make this hopefully more clear. Let's say you come up to a doctor who is really good. You wouldn't come up to a doctor and say, wow, you're very, very talented. No, you know that he put all the work and effort and schooling and all of that into it, that this person is now a good doctor. And yes, that is absolutely true. I just don't understand why people don't think that it's the same with artists, you know, that it's just something we're born with and that's it. And there's sure people who are technically more better at art. Of course, with art, everything is very subjective. You can see something as super beautiful and something as just strange and weird, and you know, we can get into that argument, well, what is good art, which is not the argument today, but like, yeah, what is a good artist? What is talent, you know? So that's also a question you can ask yourself. Are there people out there who have talent? Yes, it's a small percentage, I would say, even if we can call it that, because like I said, if you don't use the potential, then it's just wasted. You know, I think that goes for anything. If you are a good student and you don't put in the effort, then you're not a good student. You know, that just goes hand in hand. But another point that somebody made is that it could have to do with like creativity. Talk about creativity, you can kind of have the same discussion like the talent thing. Is it something you can learn, or is it something you just have? Because I would definitely say that I am creative, but then again, I don't know, it's definitely something you can work with, so I'll let you decide. As the more you think about it, the more you realize that talent is really not all, okay? It's so much more. But through that, I think people need to realize that they could do a lot more if they don't use this talent thing as an excuse. To go back to the scenario when somebody tells me, wow, I really like your art, you're talented. Oftentimes people tell me, oh, I would love to do art. I love art, but I'm not talented, so I can't do it. And honestly, nothing makes me sadder than to hear this, because honestly, if you want to do anything in life, you don't have to be good at it. I can sing because I want to sing. I can dance because I want to dance. You know, I don't have to be good at it to be a dancer or to just dance. You know, of course, if I want to be a better dancer, then I have to put in the effort. I can't just say, well, I don't have talent, so I can't dance. That's really not how it goes. Of course, you could say like, okay, somebody is more prone and better naturally at dancing. Well, maybe these people have to put less effort than you, but that doesn't mean that you cannot put in the effort. You can definitely improve. So the whole mindset is kind of toxic and kind of bad and sad in that sense. Of course, you can argue if somebody really wants to do something, they will. Because I do art because I enjoy it. I don't do art because I'm good at it. You know, that's not the thing that defines me or that makes me happy because I'm good at it. It makes me happy because I like doing it. And I think that's the most important mindset. And I think it's a mindset that you guys kind of need to remember, and I need to remember more when I do things that I enjoy. I know I can improve, I know I enjoy it, and I really should not care what other people think about it, whether I'm good or not. Like, it's something I like doing, and if you want to do something professional, or I don't know what, if you want to do it on YouTube, then freaking do it. You can only get better by learning and by doing, because not doing anything does not do anything, whether you have talent or not. So I think the next time you have this mindset about anything, please remember this. And also, this is just a side note, take this with a grain of salt. Maybe the next time you really like something, that can be anything, maybe don't use the word talent. Again, I don't take this as a bad thing, I take it as a compliment, but it's probably more valued if you would say something more about like the effort, like saying, oh, how long did it take you, or wow, it must have taken you so long, or you have great techniques, or something like that. Come up with something more creative than just saying, wow, you're really talented, because it really kind of just stops there. And I would love to talk more about like why and how I do art, and I think it just gets the conversation going. So maybe think about that in the future. I definitely have to do so too, because like even with like singers and so on, I say like, oh, they're so talented, but really I don't know what effort they put into it. So yeah, it's just a thought, okay? Take it with a grain of salt. So on a final note, again, I don't believe talent is real, and I don't believe you need it to be good. You need passion and education and discipline to learn what you need to further yourself on, and just be motivated and have fun with it, and just don't care about it. It's just a bad excuse. You don't need talent. You don't. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this discussion thing. I definitely want to be more authentic and just tell my opinions and stuff on YouTube, like not being rude or anything, don't get me wrong. Let me know what you think about the art piece. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe to my channel. I try to upload more regularly. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon. So goodbye.